That was the Travis, and some flowers through my window. This is XFM 104.9 of a Saturday afternoon, just gone 6 minutes past 1. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant.
Hello there, hi, good to talk to you.
Karl Pilkington is over there.
Alright.
Hey!
Keeps it real.
Yeah.
Respect, Karl.
Oh.
Rick, I just think, you know, we want to lift off the show straight away.
Yeah.
Into the, stratosphere.
Yeah.
And, the best way to do that, it seemed to me, was to resurrect a game we used to play when we first began the show in old XFM days. Do you remember the game? Do you remember the game Make Ricky Gervais
Rub me hard.
Rub you hard?
No.
No, that was only in the pilot. We never actually did that on live.
Okay, right.
No, it was the game Make Ricky Gervais Laugh.
Oh, I remember,
We used to get people, Karl, you probably didn't hear it, we used to get people to sort of send in pictures and, jokes and stuff. And if I could make Ricky laugh on air with those,
he won a toffee.
Then they won a gift of some kind.
Yeah.
Anyway, a lot of emails actually saying people love your laugh, Rick. So in a sense, we're giving the public what they want.
They must be taking the mickey.
But this is a picture I found in today's copy of The Sun, so if you're listening at home and you want to know what the picture looks like, rush out and buy a copy, only 40p.
Yeah.
And,
Are we sponsored by The Sun? We do White Van Man.
Exactly. It amused me straight away, this, because bear in mind,
Right.
it is one of the world's biggest rock stars.
Okay.
Just check out the face.
Oh, that's fantastic!
Look at that.
Oh, that is Michael Stipe. Oh dear, with sort of like looking like, I don't know, some sort of Nazi officer. That's not libelous.
That's not libelous. In your opinion, Michael Stipe,
Yeah.
he's outside there during the press conference for Peter Buck's.
It's not a good picture. I love R.E.M. and I love Michael Stipe. I think he's a lovely man, but that's a bad picture, isn't it?
He's got big glasses on and stubble, obviously still blonde hair. He doesn't appear to be looking at anything. He's looking right beyond everyone else. Can you see that, Karl? I'll tell you who he looks like. He looks like Zig, I think, from Zig and Zag. He looks like he's a Muppet made of foam.
Oh, lovely.
Nice to see that game come back.
Yeah, the medium of radio.
Yeah.
Oh, what a good picture that is. I hope you enjoyed it. Coming up soon, we've got Sir David of Bowie, Nicholas Cave, and Travis. Flowers in the window again. Play a song. Aerodynamic on XFM 104.9. It's alright. It's alright.
Uneventful, wasn't it?
Really? So I left a secret to go in.
Yeah. Popped out for a coffee.
Yeah. I don't want to diss the funny little French lads.
Sure.
But, you know.
Try harder.
Are they French?
Yeah, oh god, yeah.
Sorry.
Do you speak much French, Rick?
I speak un peu. Yeah.
I can ask, where is the Tourist Information Bureau? And, I can express my preference in music tastes, and I can order an Orangina, and that's all I can do.
I know bière, blonde, pression, I think. That means, draft, you're French.
Tu aimes la musique folk?
Oh. That's filthy. So what that means, Karl?
No, go on.
Really dirty. Really dirty.
Tu aimes la musique folk?
Yeah, you dirty. you filthy little
Frenchie. Alright.
But,
do you know much French, Karl?
Have you got any fromage?
That'd work.
Cheese or fish?
It's cheese. It's cheese.
Would you not care which one you were given? You like both?
I think
That's a whole different kettle of poisson.
Yeah. I just think when you're in a country, you should have a little go.
Yeah, well,
that's a very little go.
Yeah. You mean like football hooligans have a little go? What do you mean?
You know, try and have a go at their,
yeah.
their language. And
well, what I do is I go in there and I point and talk a bit louder than usual in perfect English, and if they don't get it, I go mental.
Exactly.
Securing the fact that I've tried my best and they're having a laugh.
And that is the prerogative of all Englishmen.
Or just point.
Point and shout?
Yeah, point and shout. Don't forget, you know, because you can never be foreign if you're English anywhere.
Yeah.
No, they're speaking funny. Just remember that. Yeah?
Yeah.
God save us! Sorry, go on then. You were going to say something else.
Yeah. That picture you were showing me.
Yeah.
I wish we could post one on the website of Karl. Remember we won an award ages ago. What was it called? The British Radio Authority Award.
Yeah.
And, we made Karl get in the picture, and he was a bit reticent, but it can't nice. But, his head is perfectly circular. I put a coin on it, and only the ears popped out from behind the coin. Isn't it perfectly round, isn't it?
I mean, when you've been saying I've got a round head, I was a bit like, yeah, everyone has, stop having a go.
Yeah.
And then I saw this picture last week, I thought, God, he's right.
Can we can't we just pop it on the XOM website?
I'd rather not.
I'll go on, just get
Steve,
someone.
have you seen that man in a jar without a brain?
Sorry, is that something, is that a product you can buy? In like Sainsbury's?
Is it a dream you had yesterday?
Man in
You
a
wondered
jar.
if you could, yes, hello, could you make my dream into reality, please? Oh, we can't actually, sir. In, plastic would be good.
Sorry, what do you mean?
In the future, you'll be able to download your dreams and then just, like, act them out again, probably, in the year 2000 or something.
Soothsayer.
No, there's some museum somewhere
Yeah.
that's got this little fella who was born without a brain, and he's in a jar, and it's just like he's got a really round head.
Right.
And when I saw this picture, I thought, God, it just reminded me of this little fella in a jar.
Oh, and what do you mean he's born without a brain?
He was born without a brain.
So it's a baby?
He's not a little fella.
Yeah, but it's weird.
Do you know the difference? Do you have conversations with, like, people in prams thinking, that fella's little, and he doesn't talk much?
Yeah.
You know babies aren't, like, little people.
Well, maybe...
Well, they are little people, but I mean, they're not very small adults. They're not like midgets.
They don't do a job of work, is what we're saying.
Yeah, you're very, no. What do you mean?
I didn't read about it, I just saw the picture. And
This
it
is
looked
where
like
you're
a man.
going wrong, Carl. This is always your mistake. You see the picture, you don't read the little caption.
But what do you mean? How do you think-
guess at what you think the meaning
But
is.
how did you know he didn't have a brain?
He said something like the brainless man.
Yeah, but people say that about you. It doesn't mean you haven't got a spinal cord.
I bet somebody's seen it and knows what I mean. It's a famous picture. It's
Right,
like-
call in 08700 800 1234. Once again, you win a prize if you can tell us what Karl is talking about. Just in general. It's an ongoing competition. We're trying to find some CDs to anyone who knows what Karl is talking about. Stereophonics, Vegas, 2 times. Well, we've had calls confirming that there was indeed, a fetus, or a stillborn child.
A pickled baby.
A pickled baby. No wonder it died. Born without a brain. But everyone has, you know, pointed out that it wasn't a little fella.
It certainly wasn't a little fella.
No.
But because it had been in the jar for a long time, I think it had aged a bit.
What are you basing that on?
You do carry on growing, yeah. Yeah.
Your ears and your nose.
Your ears and your nose. And your eyes don't grow, so, you could probably, yeah.
I'll dig it out for you.
Yeah.
Imagine if like, there was an experiment where they were raising a child just based on the information that we said on the radio. What kind of a person
It was like
would they
download,
be?
yeah. And it
What kind of information would they
and
have?
it took everything literally.
Exactly.
And I think, yeah, there's no irony or, yeah, it was just.
They just, everything we said they assumed was fact. Everything that Karl said.
And
they
any
assumed was
question
fact.
it had about the world, it could only ask Karl.
Exactly.
And it was
See, now,
his-
this worries me because without wishing to be disrespectful in any way, Karl, you know I think you're the best man on earth. When you have a child, we could be in a situation a bit like that. Do you know, is it a concern for you, do you think, that, like, when your son's growing up, or your daughter, they're asking you questions, you're conscious, I mean, you yourself have admitted that
I
you
just
have, you have a sphere of knowledge which you are an expert on.
Ask your mother.
You'd say ask your mother.
That's good.
That's great, fair enough.
That's good.
And I'd play with it. I think I'd be a good dad.
Yeah, I think you would.
But I wouldn't be the one who's shouting at it.
No.
I
Who would
just
you
like-
get to shout at it? Probably Windsor Davis. He'd be good, wouldn't he? You horrible little man!
Well, you know, I'd tell it the rights and wrong. You don't have to be a really bright person to know the rights and wrong in the world.
No. I think you are bright, Karl.
You are. And at what point in their life would you tell them about the evolution of the baguette? Which you told us.
Or
already.
the story of the bee.
Yes.
That you scored once.
Or the 2 children. Would you ever get them to meet as maybe like that? They could be godparents. The friends you had at school.
Yeah,
with webbed hands.
the big heads and
Big
webbed
heads.
They
hands.
weren't my friends.
That weren't friends.
I wish we could track them down.
Oh, that'd be great.
I imagine they're in a zoo. Oh wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
2 big
A safari
jars.
park, yeah.
2 big jars. Industrial strength jars. Oh, dear.
Man.
Guess what?
Go on.
This is one of our last shows. We're going away, I'm afraid, on the, 4th of May, isn't it?
I can't remember.
That's our last show, the 4th of May.
Yeah, not forever.
I brought a downer on the whole thing then,
Yeah.
didn't I? There's people cheering. Well, guess who's taken over from us? And I found this out. I was watching Liquid News the other night.
Right.
No one had called me. Zoe Ball.
Well, she's a good presenter, but is this confirmed?
I don't know. Should I have said that?
Is this true?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, yeah, you've done it now.
Yeah.
She was in the other day. You watched it on the telly, so...
Yeah.
But what annoys me is, this is rather like when we got, according to last week's Media Guardian, we got rapped for saying the word cock on the radio. And, what we never did we? That was, we had to read that on the internet. No one never told us.
That just slipped out your mouth, didn't it?
What's that, cock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway.
And, now we don't even get told face to face that Zoe Ball's gonna take over.
Yeah, but it was only, like, sorted out the other day, and then when I saw you...
We're allowed to say Ball, aren't we?
Yeah. When I saw you yesterday, I said, yeah, it's...
So we're not allowed to say...
Oh.
No. I'm not gonna say the word, and we're not gonna say, we're not allowed to say we are allowed to say the male bird is a cock, we're not allowed to say the other one, but we are allowed to say Ball.
Yeah.
What if her and her dad, Bobby, would we be able to say a pair of balls? We'll be able to say that, and I don't know.
I don't think he's part of the deal. So you don't need to.
In fact, if she's listening, call in and confirm it. We'll let her on the air, won't we? As long as she doesn't swear.
Yeah, don't be rude.
Yeah, don't be rude, Zoe.
Lou.
Yeah.
Don't be cheap, basically.
Better warn as well not to leave too much nothing lying around, because it'll be gone. Especially if it's skag. Echo and the Bunnymen. Killing Moon. Good to hear that again.
Yes.
On XFM 104.9.
Who are you?
I'm Ricky Gervais. Who are you?
Steve Merchant.
Who's that funny little round-headed fellow over
Karl Pilkington.
there? Pilky. Pilkers.
Well, she ain't called, so mustn't be true.
I just didn't think we were, being disrespectful to her, because we both think she's a fine presenter, and I think she'd do very well on there, and I think it's a good move as well.
Yeah, but can you just say it's not forever?
Isn't it?
No,
I think she'll become more popular than us.
And I think that'll be the end of us, to be honest.
Well, she can string a sentence together.
I think she'll get lots of PR and everything, and she goes out with Big Boy Slim.
Big Boy Slim.
Who's, you know...
A good DJ.
He's a good DJ. And, is her name Zoe Slim now?
Yeah.
Right. You know, there will be nothing. 3 months in it, she's taken over for. Is she getting paid the same as us?
I don't know.
We'll find out.
I bet it's a hell of a lot more.
I'll go mental.
I bet it's good money. It's good money.
I'll go mental.
Yeah,
Well, there you go. What are you gonna do?
I'm,
for 3 months.
I'm gonna have Saturdays off.
Are you gonna present with her? Are you gonna come on and press the buttons?
He's not allowed.
No, I hope not, because, you know, you're our ripping boy, co-presenter.
Yeah. You're like our little fella in a jar.
Yeah. In fact, that's what we should do with you over those 3 months. Keep it in a jar, and we can have it in alternate weeks. Like step-parents or whatever.
Yeah, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
Brilliant, just you can
me and Steve will fight for custody.
Yeah, it'll be a big jar though, you can put stuff in there.
You can have, it won't be like, full of water or vinegar or whatever they do, or
you won't become Pickled Karl.
No. It'd be like an big air chamber, and you're sat there, and it'd be like a little, what would it be, an armchair or something?
It'd be in an armchair, and we'd have stuff in there, and we'd bring your girlfriend, like, once a week, and she'd go, and we put a blanket over the top, so we wouldn't, you know, see anything.
But like the Big Brother household.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, that's a hell of a documentary.
Oh, that'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
Karl in a jar.
But anyway, that's what, so we're going away on the 4th of May for 12 weeks.
It's a long time,
We were doing the second series of The Office, so we can't be around, I'm afraid. And Zoe Ball's standing in for us. And,
that can't be right. She's not I don't think you can say standing in for us.
Isn't that right?
Taking over the show, I think, would be fair to say.
I don't know. I can't say anything now, can you? I'll worry about that. Just because he goes out with Big Boy Slim, you gotta be careful what you say.
Yeah. Karl, you look upset.
Are you starting to think that we're getting melancholy now that you're just gonna sit at home? What are you gonna do every Saturday?
Dunno. Go shopping.
Let's sort out a jar. We've got to do the balloons before then as well. You've got to send you up in a balloon. Maybe you can send you up in a balloon and you come straight down into a big jar.
Yeah.
And they put
a giant cork in straight away.
yeah, and there's a big cheer.
I'll tell you what we could do. We could set you adrift like Robinson Crusoe, set the ball and see where you end up.
If you find me, yeah. Oh, you might go to an uninhabited island or something.
I'll tell you something learned in the week.
Go on.
Just reminded me there about going up in the air.
Go on.
Right, if cars could drive up, it only take an hour to get into space.
Which is great.
Going how fast?
About 50 miles an hour.
You just made that up, didn't you? You just guessed that. You just guessed it. You just said about 50.
Yeah,
see, this is what worries me. If you have a son or a daughter, age 50, he's gonna be out in the street with a ramp pointing into the sky.
Dad, how long does elephants live? About 1,000 years. 1,000 or something.
I wouldn't say.
Dad, how much can an ant lift? About a quarter of a kilogram, probably. About 2 bags of sugar.
If you guess, it's not fact.
Yeah. Just because you thought it, that doesn't make it fact. Does anyone know how long it'd take a car going 50 miles an hour?
People are phoning in about anything now, Rick.
Yeah.
We asked them to phone in about the jar thing. Switchboard lit up. It's crazy. You ask him to phone in about, like, you know, something sensible, like Che Guevara, or, you know, the life of Winston Churchill. There's nothing.
That is really a demographic sort of snapshot of our fans.
Our audience.
Ask them about a dead baby without a brain.
Oh, yeah.
And they're reaching for their phones. They don't mind what their bill is that much.
We ask them for, you know, I don't know, great quotes or something from the great philosophers. Nothing.
They just
ask them where to buy, meths cheap. Straight on the phone.
Oh, do you know the quotes that Ricky gave me last week and I turned them down?
Yeah.
I got home, girlfriend had a go at me.
They don't know you turned him down. What you know is that he said he didn't want to take the book at the end of the show, so I'm not taking it, it's too difficult. I'm gonna go and get a nice one, and go on, carry on.
So I went home, and Suzanne said, where's the book? She was really looking forward to having a look at it. I said, I gave it him back, I wasn't up for that. And yet, last week I was ill and stuff, I wasn't in the mood for learning.
Yeah.
So I'm not having it. She goes, this is where you went wrong at school.
Oh.
She said, this is exactly where you went wrong. She said, you know, you liked infants, you liked, you know, you're colouring in and you're painting stuff. She said, but as soon as it gets to the heavy stuff, you just, you know, you're like a horse with its blinkers on.
Yeah.
So you just shut yourself away. So I said, no, I could have done it if I wanted to. So anyway, we went and bought a quotations book, so I have got some quotes.
Yeah, what's the quotation book you bought? So I was asking him to, read Keats and Wilde, Wordsworth, Shakespeare. What did you buy?
It's quotes with, like, Eric and Ernie and that in it. No, but there's still quotes.
There's still quotes.
The Sesame Street book of quotes. Brilliant.
They're
still valid. No, it's a starting place.
Oh.
It's a starting point.
Okay.
Well, we'll have some quotes.
We'll have some of that after
We've got a lot more to get through before
we've got a bit of new order.
Bit of new order.
Excellent. New order. Here to stay. On XFM 104.9. Someone, I love our listeners, I really do, right? Someone just called in and said it's about he went, hello? Karl answers the phones. I said, hello? He went, hello? He said, yeah, about putting Karl in a big jar, and Karl went, go on. And the bloke went, well then you could call him Karl Pilkington. And he went, thanks. I love the bothering, I like Karl Pilkington, that's lovely, that's so sweet. He spent 50p to tell you that, and you were worried. You just saw you going up in a balloon and landing in a jar again, didn't you? What have you gone through yet? You've had nothing but good feedback from this show now, and now you're just getting all worried, aren't you? Heat magazine say you're a genius. You've got your picture in that Extracts magazine with a little round head. You have Jaffa cakes. I gave him a £5 the other week to buy biscuits. He's having the time of his life. This is best day. This must be your best 2 hours of the week.
I enjoy it, yeah. It's alright sometimes.
Yeah? What's better regular than this for you? What's a better 2 hours a week? Sleep doesn't count.
Actually, you're probably right, it might be this.
Yeah?
Yeah. Or, that 24 thing's good.
Alright,
like that.
Probably worth mentioning,
Suzanne.
Yeah, your girlfriend.
Yeah, well that goes without saying, doesn't it?
Oh, he's done it, he's pulled it round. He's pulled it round, he's a charmer.
If she could come in and sit in the corner, then yeah, it would be the best time ever.
That's pretty sweet, actually.
Oh.
She's not even in London at the moment.
Oh, well, so
you
you want
have
then?
to say that.
Yeah.
You have to say it, and you did anyway.
Yeah. That's lovely.
She might be listening, so.
Yeah, it's Sky Digital, isn't it? There's always that. There's always
that danger.
Yeah. Anyway, Steve, over to you.
I just was wondering, because I've had an exciting week, relatively speaking, Rick, because instead of just spending it all with you, sat in a little room, as is our way, I've been doing some acting this week, as you know.
I know.
And I don't normally act, but I, basically, there's some people at the BBC who are making a comedy pilot, kind of comedy TV show, and, you know, and I auditioned for it, and the role was to play a sort of freaky-looking, sort of lanky geek, you know, and I don't want to say—
how did you beat off?
I don't want to sound arrogant, Rick, but they gave me the job on the spot. You know, so it was like, you know, obviously I'm, you know, because I'm not a bad actor, I'm not as good as Rick, but I'm, you know,
what is it?
I play a really tall guy, like a sort of—
That's the part though, isn't it? About, you've got a—
I'm a character who's, 6'7" tall, and I'm trying to win the world's, tallest man.
That's it, yeah.
But, there's always a man that beats me every year, because he's slightly taller. But this year, I think, for some reason, because I've been training, I can beat him.
That's the conceit.
Sally Phillips, I don't know if you know Sally Phillips, she's a very good, comedy writer and actress, and she's written it. So it was good fun, and so I went down there, and it was good and everything. It was, you know, a little trailer and everything. It was like the proper deal. It was really good. And, the problem was yesterday, I had to dance. One of the sequences had me dancing. Now, as you know, I think I'm a pretty groovy dancer. I'm a bit of a mover.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you this, Rick.
Do you have anyone's eye out with your elbow?
I have come to some serious realizations about my dancing.
Really?
I was moving around like a Shire horse dancing.
Really?
It was terrible. I was just like quick, and they say this choreographer trying to show me some moves, and it was just—
He was just like crying by the end of it.
It was
They were, yeah.
It was so bad, but the worst thing about it is, today, my whole body is ravaged with pain and agony. I'm utterly devastated by the agony of it. Trying to get down the stairs this morning, I swear to God, I looked like Thor Hurd. Trying to hobble that, it was mad. I was like I'd had several hip replacements. I was like, I had to go down at an angle, going down the stairs. It was ludicrous, and I was really worried. Suddenly I'm thinking, because I thought I was pretty fit and pretty groovy and everything. And I had been discussing with, this mate of mine, my housemate, that we should maybe start doing some exercise, because I'm putting on a little bit of weight, right? He's quite a thin, tall guy. He has a belly. I don't know how to summarise it. Have you ever seen the film Junior with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
It looks like that.
Really?
It's like grotesque. So the two of us, so we decided that we were gonna do some exercise together, right? This is what we're gonna do. Each morning we were gonna get up, we were gonna exercise together.
That won't happen.
Right, well no, but wait Rick, you see you're wrong, because a couple of days ago I said to him, listen, what we should do is get one of those like health videos, you know, those kind of training videos, what they called like, I don't know, they might have an aerobics thing or a sort of hour-long workout. And I said to him, get one of the ones that's hosted by like,
Pauline Quirk.
Elle Macpherson or Cindy Crawford, you know, someone like that, someone sexy, right? So, I swear to God, we went down this morning, we put it on, right? Just want you to picture this scene, right? It's me and my mate in our shorts, right? 9 o'clock in the morning, working out.
You didn't actually do it.
To Helen from Big Brother's video, right? It was the cheapest one, Steve, you told me. Thanks very much, mate.
We saw that advertised as well.
Working out, right? And the two of us in our shorts, she's there, like, you know, she's the closest there is to a living Homer Simpson, right, shouting out and stuff. I just wanted to be reassured with it. There's nothing gay about that, is there? There's nothing a touch kind of fruity about that image.
No, I mean, the ones you do avoid would be sort of Liza Minnelli workout.
Cher.
Graham Norton, obviously.
Yeah. Del Winton.
Gay Byrne.
Right, sure.
He's not gay.
No.
But, I mean, the name's a little bit gay, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think Helen from Big Brother, you're probably safe.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? I don't know what else to tell you, really.
But I mean, because I know you've
speaking of like weird stuff and that, I've got a new.
Well, we weren't, but go on.
No, got a new book. Do you know I had that Freaks book, the top 50 freaks? Got a new one sent to me.
Really?
Yeah, and do you know like everything normally has a name. So like if it's the two-headed fella, you know, they're all nicknames like that, aren't they?
They've got 2 nicknames, I imagine.
But this new book I've got, right, on the cover of this one, it's got like a woman with 3 breasts, right? And she's called the three-breasted woman, as you'd expect. The one face.
Why is she posing nude, though? That's what I want to know.
Tart.
Well, she looked happy. And there was a fella with like one face but 2 bodies.
Doing one face but 2 bodies.
One face, 2 bodies.
What do you mean one face, 2 bodies?
Surely one head, 2 bodies.
Head as well, but it was mainly the face that was weird because he looked fed up. He sort of,
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Without a head?
How can you have? What do you mean? How did it join to the neck?
no, it did have a head, but the fact is, it was weird that it had one face to me.
What do you mean?
Well,
if you've
of
got
course
one
he had-
head, you'll
yeah.
have one face.
Yeah, I know, but it was the fact that he had one face and 2 bodies that I didn't think.
But
one
why do
head-
you keep saying one face and 2 bodies as
Why
opposed
not
to
one
one
head?
head and 2 bodies? We're all the man with one face.
Yeah, but now I've got one body.
Yeah, well, surely he's the man with 2 bodies then. Again, the description.
Roll up, see the man with one face.
I know, yeah.
So it's full of stuff like that, right? And what I'm saying is, that fella, you know, the one-faced man, the 3-breasted woman.
He wouldn't be known as the one-faced man, is what I'm saying.
Well, they all-
that isn't the peculiar thing about him.
Yeah, well, they all had names like that. But
Right.
there was one thing in it that didn't even have a nickname. It was so weird.
What do you mean?
It just said unidentified.
What does it look like?
Sort of testicles for eyes. That's. It just reminded me when you.
What do you mean testicles for eyes?
And what is it? Did he have a normal body?
I didn't even look at that.
Oh,
No,
so
that's what I'm saying though. You're attracted to the oddness of the thing, and that's what I was saying about Warren when he walks in.
Warwick.
You know, it'll be odd for a minute, and then I'm sure
For him it will be. Yeah.
He'll get used to you.
I've got my head round it a bit more, and the way that there's loads of people in the world, and yet you don't see people with like dangly eyes more often. It amazes me.
I love the fact that he's amazed by not seeing freaks.
Yeah.
It's incredible. He's walking down the street going, oh, everyone's got one head. That's weird.
Suzanne, see any dangly eyes today? No, me neither.
It's weird, isn't it? What's going on in the world? Oh, he's only gonna read it down.
That jingle there signifying, of course, once again, another reading from the Diary of Karl Pilkington. Now, of course, for those of you who have not been keeping abreast of Karl's medical complaints, just bring us up to speed, Karl. You had to go into hospital because previously you'd had
I've been in
treatment.
and out. Honestly, I've been in and out of that hospital just with kidney problems, really painful and what have you. And
He had kidney stones, alright.
No, but seriously.
I had a bit of a lie-in today because I have to get up early for my operation tomorrow. Not only have I got to have tubes shoved up my knob, but I also have to get up at 5:50. Suzanne said I could have what I want for my last dinner. It's not your last dinner, you're going for an operation.
Yeah, but you can't take things for granted these days.
Oh,
I had shepherd's pie and peas. Suzanne made it from scratch. As nice as it was annoying. Because making stuff from scratch means loads of pots, and it's my job to do the washing up. So much as the food was nice, there was loads of pans and that. People who get their last dinner on death row don't have to wash up. Got up at 5:55. You were supposed to be getting up at 5:50 on the other page. You were 5 minutes late getting up.
He's often late.
Often late. Got to the hospital and had to wait in the waiting room. There was another 9 people in there waiting to be sorted. I got called in. They sat me on a bed and took all my details down. 5 minutes later I'd been knocked out. I got woke up when they were ripping a pipe out of my throat. I felt more rough this time. The doctor came to see me and said he couldn't find a stone, so I must have passed it. I said, "Are you sure?" He said, "Yeah, we filled your kidney with water and expanded it and there was no hiding place." I sat in the recovery room for an hour while they found me a bed. One of the fellows who was sat in the room with me this morning got wheeled in. They couldn't wake him up. All the nurses were laughing because he didn't want to wake up. I bet they were laughing at me when I was in the theatre. Someone told me they totally strip you when they're operating. I would have looked like the alien on the Boswell incident.
Boswell!
quite a nice analogy if it weren't for the fact that you said Boswell.
It's
The Roswell incident. Didn't sleep much through the night because there was a 60-year-old fella shouting at the nurse about his pillows. I don't think I slept through a full hour with one thing or another going on. My bed was next to the toilet, so I kept hearing the flush.
How do they sleep in hospitals, though? They wake you up to give you fucking sleeping pills and things, don't they? How do you sleep in there?
I don't know what it is. There's no air. There was an old fella across from me who kept breaking wind. He didn't even try and cover it. He was just of that age where he didn't care. Just like, that's what I do. I'm in the hospital, leave me alone.
What do you mean?
Just, I don't know what was wrong with him. I talked to him because at first I felt sorry for him. I was a little bit like, you know, he's had no visitors. No one's calling him up, so I'll talk to him. But then he got that familiar with me that he'd just be doing it whilst I'm chatting to him. Just like he's my granddad or something. It's just like, oh, that's what he does. It's like, well, I'm ill as well. Stop doing that. Honestly, unbelievable. He didn't even try and cover it with a cough. It was just like, that's...
With a cough? How would you cover it with a cough?
just non-stop.
Got home and sat down. The pains are coming back, but the doctor said this would happen, that my insides are still in shock, so I need to take it easy. It's 9 o'clock. I'm in agony. I can't do the diary for the rest of the day.
Jesus.
So you may as well just tell us then what happened.
Suzanne just got frustrated with me because I was rolling about on the floor and she was trying to watch Arthur. Right? So that was on the other night.
I thought it was when you lodge her.
So,
And she said, look, if you're in pain, do something. She said, you know...
you went and got a cold plate.
Yeah. No, use an ashtray. Plates are for liver damage.
Got in a taxi. He filled up on the way, which was annoying.
He didn't.
That
He
is
did.
cheeky.
That really... I mean, he could
On
see
the
us
way
in
to the
pain.
hospital.
So,
Because he's not an ambulance driver.
so anyway, he gets us there and he doesn't charge us, which is pretty decent.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So this gay fella came through.
How do you know he was gay?
Just the way he was. I'm not having a go. He was a good fella. Do you know what I mean?
A
He was-
doctor, you mean?
No, he was a nurse.
Right.
And he came through and just sort of went, "Oh, how are you?" And I was like, "Oh, I've had better days." So he got
As
me
you
on a-
mentioned in the diary, I remembered the first time when I came here, they said the nurse might put a tablet up my arse. I thought the chances of that happening had just increased.
Oh, Karl!
Yeah, but I would have let him do it. Honestly, I was that sort of out of it. That
Of course you'd let him do it. He's a qualified nurse.
No, but the way I am now, say if it was just a tablet for sorting out my blood pressure, and I walked in there and he went, "Oh, hello," and he said, "Yeah, let's pop that." I'd go, "Hang on a minute." but what I mean is that night I would have just let him put 3 up, honestly. It's just weird, isn't it? How your body just goes, let him get on with it, and you trust anyone, don't you? When you're in that much pain and you need.
And they're a qualified nurse, yes. Karl, of course, has written a poem about the experience entitled My Ward.
All I've done here, I've been through I don't know what the word is, a bad experience.
Trauma.
A trauma, yeah, I've been through a load of trauma. So I'm just finishing it off with a little sort of picture for people.
Go on then.
Me, a Chinese fella, and an old bloke who looked like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. Don't know what was wrong with him, but breaking wind was the symptoms. No one visited him or called him. He seemed quite lost to me. As well as wind problems, he had a colostomy.